All right, cool. So, hey guys, welcome to our team call. Super stoked to have all of you here. And those of you who are catching the recording, you're in for a real treat. This is going to be an awesome call. We have a really amazing guest speaker who I have had the privilege to know for, I feel like, as long as I've been a coach. Like, we've basically kind of started around the same time. But we connected through, I think it was the Southeast, like, mastermind or something. I've just known you for so long, I forget, like, where it all began, but we have done a lot of things together, as like our teams have done things together, so you probably have recognized her. She's been on our calls before, and we used to do like a lot of like, I can't think, success partner stuff. We share a lot of stuff. We work together, and she's just a really amazing leader, and her team is doing really awesome, and she's having a baby soon. So I wanted to make sure I got her on our call before that happened. And I'm just really excited to see all of the awesome stuff that's going on in her life. She's really a great person to follow as far as like vision setting and goal casting. She's just like super, that's like her thing to talk, that she loves to talk about. She's really passionate about that. But tonight she's going to be talking to you guys about just doing it, just going after your goals and just making it happen. So I am going to make sure that I get this right, because I don't want to mess up your accolades. But she is a Success Club 10 legend for 62 months in a row. So you know how we talk about how Success Club is important. We're not just saying it to say it. We're saying it because it is really important. It is what creates momentum in your business. And if you want to be successful, like all of these coaches that are speaking on our calls are hitting Success Club consistently every single month. So that means that if you are looking to achieve that level of success, that you should also be hitting Success Club every single month and making that a top priority in your business. She is also a 7-star diamond coach, 3-star and 1-star in secondary CBCs, and she's also a 3-time elite coach, 2017, 2018, and 2019. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to you, Kelsey, and you can just lead us through this awesome training that you have prepared for us. Make sure you have your pen, pencil, notepad, whatever you're using, iPad to take notes, and just give her your full attention, please. I don't want to see anyone like working or doing anything else. I want to really make sure you guys get a lot out of this call. So all you, girl. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm excited to be here. And I know I've talked to, and I've seen like familiar faces on here. So I know like Emmy, I've seen Emmy before. But I just always want to like preface, these past like 4 weeks, like we've been doing like tons of different team call swaps. And I have to start every single call I'm doing now by telling you guys that I lose my breath extremely easily now, now that I'm 34 weeks pregnant. So I might have to stop a couple times and take some sips of water. So I just like want to let you guys know that I'm not dying on the other end of the screen whenever I'm hacking up a lung. I'm just trying to catch my breath. Pregnancy has been a roller coaster. But hi, okay, I'm Kelsey, and I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about just getting it done. And I think that this is such a really good topic, especially so early into the year, because what I normally am asked to talk about are a couple different things. And like Carolyn said, I am all about vision. I am all about goal setting. I'm obsessed with it. I don't believe that you can have a business without a vision, without actively pursuing goals. And then I think that the second most important thing behind your vision is actually doing the work. It's showing up every single day consistently, building that belief in yourself, not just checking boxes off of some sort of tracker, but actually doing the work that is required to build the business that you want, the work that's required to help the vision that you've set for yourself, become a reality. And that looks a little bit different to every single coach. And one thing that I notice, throughout my organization is just, some people, everybody comes in here for completely different reasons. All of you have a different reason for being a Beachbody coach, I'm assuming, correct? Like you said yes because you wanted to achieve XYZ. And if you don't know the answer to that question, then that's probably where I would start. Because if you're having trouble taking action, it's probably because you don't know why you're taking action. But tonight I really want to dive into the things that you need to be doing and kind of what keeps coaches paralyzed, and then what you would need to be doing to move forward from that. And I will say right off the bat, like I am a very tough love coach. I know Carolyn's kind of like the same way as me, so this probably won't be like a different type of approach. But I just kind of say it how it is. I don't beat around the bush and I never tell my team like, you're going to build this business on rainbows and butterflies, because that's not how it works. Like, you're not going to just show up one day, and be the next 6-figure earner in this business. Like, it takes work. It takes showing up. It takes that consistency. And even if you've been here, and I also like to throw this in there too. It's like, even if you've been here for 5-6 years, like I have, like the work doesn't, you have to keep going. So with that being said, I put together a little presentation for you. If I break up at any point, if you guys would just like flag me, just because my internet sometimes goes wonky in my office. Okay, so I want to start off with this quote, because this quote has been on my board in my office for, I'm pretty sure, for like the entire time I've been a coach. And it's from Will Smith, and he says, "The only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. I will not be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, you might be sexier than me, you might be all those things you got on me in 9 categories. But if we get on the treadmill together, there's 2 things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die." It's really that simple, right? You're not going to outwork me. It's such a simple, basic concept. The guy who is willing to hustle the most is going to be the guy that gets that loose ball. The majority of people who aren't getting the places that they want or aren't achieving the things they want in this business is strictly based on hustle. It's strictly based on being outworked. It's strictly based on missing crucial opportunities. I say all the time, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And this quote has stuck with me for years because it's the truth. The thing is that I am one of those people that I'm an Enneagram type 3. I'm a hard worker. I push. I don't know how to shut it off. That's just who I am. And that is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Because if you know anything about the Enneagram scale, you know that 3s, their relationships suffer a lot because of their work ethic. But the one thing that I've always prided myself on in this business is my hustle, and that nobody will ever outwork me, that I will show up every single day throughout the good times, throughout the bad times, and I will get what I need to get done. And what I love the most about this quote is the part where he says, the majority of people who aren't getting to the places that they want is strictly based on hustle. It's the truth. Like every single one of you on this call, before I continue, has the potential to be and go wherever you want with this business. And the only reason that you're not getting there is because you're not taking either not taking the correct actions, or you're not taking action at all. And I think that's the biggest thing that we need to keep in mind, is that every single one of us has been given the exact same blueprint. Every single one of us was given the exact same trainings, the exact same, here's what you need to do to be successful. You need to hit Success Club. You need to rank advance. You need to build a team. You need to run effective challenge groups. We all know this stuff. Like it's been programmed in our brains. But the hustle that goes behind that, and actually working your business and figuring out what you need to do, like that is something that that's within. Like no upline can teach you that. And I think a lot of times, like I don't know about you guys, but I get messages from people all the time saying, well, I don't get upline support. I want to switch to you as my coach, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Like if you want this bad enough, it's not up to your upline to help you find success. I'm 6 years into this business and my upline's great, but I don't turn to her for anything. I figure shit out. Like that's just who I am, an entrepreneur. So that is what this is it's hustle. It's what am I going to do, what it's going to take to get to where I want. So I think what's first important to show you guys why coaches do not show up. And I want you guys to be really honest with yourselves during my conversation. And I want you to sit down and think about this. If you fall in this category, like own it. If you're seeing yourself in what I'm saying, I'm not telling you to blast it in the chat. I'm just telling you to own it. Because the only way you're going to move forward is if you own where you're at right now and the things that you are not doing to move closer. So with that being said, here's why coaches do not show up in this business. So this could also be your coaches. This could be you. Coaches don't show up because because you feel like you can't help people if you're not where you want to be in your own journey. If you've heard that, I'm sure you have. I've heard people say that all the time. You feel like you don't look the part. You see other coaches out there and you think you have nothing better to offer. You've gotten a few no's and now you're never going to get a yes, right? You hit that holy shit mountain mode where you see the top, which is where you want to be, from where you are, which is the bottom of that mountain, and you feel the weight of the entire journey ahead of you. So instead of doing it, you might as well just stay at the bottom, right? That's why they don't show up. Also, they don't show up because they want every piece of training before they start the first step. They don't show up because they feel like it's easier to hide in the shadows than to get started. And they don't show up because they're afraid of what people will think of them, rejection, failure, or success. If any of you have felt that way, post in chat. I want to see it. Have any of you guys used that excuse, any of those excuses, to why you're not working your business? Again, like, this is about ownership, right? Let's own this stuff, because I'm sure you've heard it from coaches. I hear this stuff from my coaches all the time. You know, my coaches think that, like, I love the one that says it's easier to hide in the shadows than to get started. I love when my coaches get started and then all of a sudden, like, they fall off the face of the earth a week later and they're just like hiding from me because they're too scared, right? They're scared. I want you guys to understand something. 80% of success is just showing up. It's just showing up every single day. It's printing off your tracker and doing the things. So all of this stuff that you're using here, right here, is like, think about that. That's 80% of your business. You have a 20% chance of survival, pretty much, and to move this thing forward, unless you get over this stuff. 80% is just showing up. It's just making the decision to show up and do the things you need to do every single day. So to give you guys a couple tips on how to make sure you're showing up and to debunk those excuses that you're telling yourselves, the first tip is your vision for your life comes first and the vision for your business is second. And I start here because not just because I'm the vision queen, not just because I'm super passionate about setting a vision. It's because the thing is everybody comes into Beachbody and they think that, like, they need to set these giant goals for themselves, be the next 5-star diamond coach, or to, you know, walk across the stage at Summit, or to, you know, hit Success Club to go on the Success Club trip. And all those are great perks. Beachbody has given us milestones to shoot for, and those are great. But the thing is you're not going to be laying on your deathbed at 90 years old thinking about the time you walked across the stage at Summit. You won't be, okay? And that's the thing. And I'm telling you right now, I've done it. I've done it 3 times. It was really fun to be recognized as an elite team. I do believe elite is important. Again, it gives me something to strive for. But at the same time, when I look back at my life, that little 2 seconds on stage didn't make me any extra money. It didn't get me further out of debt. It didn't get me to the point where I could get through my fertility treatments with my husband. So what I'm trying to say here is that your business goals are meant to be set off of your life goals. Your life goals come first. So you have to have a vision for your life. And I'm willing to bet, you know, I can probably ask you guys where you want to be 5 years from now. And you can probably give me some bullet point answers. But I mean, most people I talk to, I'll say, like, what's your life look like in 5 years if you had it your way? And they can't answer that question. But they can sure tell me that they want to be a 5-star diamond coach for no reason at all. Because they want to wear the medal, or they want to be elite, or they want the shiny stuff. The thing is when I push for goals and I set my goals in this business, it's based off of what I'm pushing for in my life. Every single time. I know that 5-star diamond holds a bonus. I know that for myself. I also know how expensive it is to deliver a child. So I know that I need to make sure that I'm hitting these bonuses so that I have a nice stable savings account, so that way when the moment that I get my hospital bill, I can write a check and it's done. I have a vision for my life. I know that when I'm pushing for things, when I'm recruiting, where I'm placing people, all of this stuff, when I'm mentoring my team, it's going according to what I want for my life. So that reason I say that's number one is because if you're not showing up if you don't know what you want. So if you can't clearly write out probably a 2-page essay on what your life looks like 5 to 10 years from now, it probably makes sense on why it's so hard for you to check off boxes on a Success Club tracker, because there's no point. There's no reason. Everything that I've achieved in my business has been a result of something that's going to get me closer to the end goal. Does that make sense? So if you guys know what you're going after, then it's so much easier for your upline to do that. And this is how I do this with my team. If you guys need a quick tip, I'll give you a quick tip. But when we set goals, like when a brand new coach starts, we don't talk about business goals. We don't talk about Emerald. I don't talk about Success Club. I don't talk about any of that stuff. And the reason being is because they have no idea what that means. So I'm not telling you guys, please don't change your systems just because I'm sharing mine. The only thing I have them do is I have them write out 10 financial goals, 10 life goals, and 10 physical goals. That's the only thing I have them do right off the bat. And then from there, you know what I do? I help them create their 10 business goals, because I want to know what their life goals are. And that way it's way easier for me to say, hey, you need to hit Success Club because one of your financial goals is to make $150 and cover your products. Well, here's how you do it. You're going to help 3 people with challenge packs this month. Oh, one of your life goals is to go to that cool event that we go to that's in New Orleans this year. Well, guess what? Here's one of your business goals. And that's how I mentor my coaches, because again, if they don't have a vision for their life, they're not going to have any desire to achieve anything in this business. All right. Any questions about that? Does that all make sense? Good. Okay. All right. So tip number 2 that I have for you is showing up when you feel like it, and especially when you don't. Okay. So the thing is, and I'll tell you guys a really quick story. Last year was hell for me. And I know that a lot of you guys can probably say the same things. I know Carolyn's story. I'm sure you guys all know Carolyn's story too. And I'm sorry I'm like going off and on, but like I just like to look at you guys when I'm speaking. So last year was just a mess. And it started off with January happening and going into my OBGYN and telling them that we've been trying to get pregnant for 1.5 years and we couldn't get pregnant. And the first thing, and we were looking for a solution. And the first thing she does, instead of just like me thinking this is going to be like a routine OB appointment, is she refers me to a fertility clinic. And I remember thinking to myself at that point, like, no, this isn't happening to me. There's no way in hell I'm going through this right now. And then we get to the fertility clinic and we get tested. And we find out that our chances of getting pregnant and having a family were 2 to 5% at that point. And I felt like my world was crashing around me. And then during all this, my sister ends up getting pregnant. 2 of my best friends get pregnant. My team is like, I swear to God, was like going through a baby boom while I was, struggling through this. And we had to start fertility treatments to try to start our family. And from January all the way into July, when our second IUI finally worked, I was so depressed, so in my head, I was falling apart miserably. And I'm not telling you this to be a sob story, but what I'm telling you is that my income grew substantially in those 6 months that I was going through that. And it's not because I wasn't sharing it. My husband and I kept it to ourselves, so it's not like I was posting it on social media and attracting this whole new tribe. I was not doing that. The reason I tell you that is because I fought harder in those 6 months to see what I could do based off the fact that I knew that I had to afford fertility treatments. And I hustled like crazy, and I showed up every single day, and nobody knew that I was going through it. If you followed me on social media, no one knew. And I'm not saying to lie to your people, but what I am saying is there's going to be shit that happens to you. Every single one of us is going to go through something. And a lot of it is really crappy. Some of it's going to be, and the thing is I'm not here to compare hards. I'm not here to compare my hard to Carolyn's hard of 2019 or to Brandon's hard of 2019. But what I am here to say is that we all will go through it. And there's going to be times where you're tested. And what I notice about coaches that succeed in this business and don't is that they will let hard crush them. They will get so consumed that they will just stop. So my tip number 2 is like the way that you're going to find success in this business is by showing up even when you don't want to. And I'm not saying sit down and show up and be happy-go-lucky and lie to the world. I'm saying do what you got to do. I'm saying send the invite. I'm saying show up on your social. You know, you have to continue moving forward even when it doesn't feel like it. You don't feel like it. Because 1 month off, 1 week off, that plays into your future. How many of you guys have gone through times where like, you're like, oh, I'm just going to take these 2 weeks off to vacation. And then you wonder why it's so hard to hit Success Club 2 months later. This is a constant business. Like we don't get days off, you know, consistency is everything. All right. Tip number 3, your coaches will do what you do, not what you say. So the thing is like, you got to show up. And the thing is it always cracks me up is when my team will come to me and they'll be like, my coaches aren't doing anything. And I'm like, what have you been doing? They watch you every single day. And I think about this all the time. Who would I be if I sat down and I told my coaches, you got to hit Success Club, and then I never hit Success Club? Who would I be if I said, you need to rank advance, and I can't rank advance? You know, who would I be if I said, you should show up through your divorce, but I'm just going to sit back on my ass when I'm going through fertility treatments and complain about it? Who am I to say, you need to show up on social media every day and then not show up for a week, right? Your coaches will do what you do, guys. They don't do what you say. You can hand them the checklist all you want, but at the end of the day, they're watching you. And I know this is true because I'm watching my 2 brand new coaches right now. The way that they model their Instagram stories and the way that they model their posts are so similar to me. Not copying, but like they do the things I'm doing. They're learning because they're watching me. So I have to lead from the front in every area of the business. Tip number 4, just being honest with you guys, like, and you have to be honest with yourself about this. What you get out of your business is determined by what you're putting into it. So if you treat this like a hobby, it will reward you like a hobby. If you show up when you feel like it, you'll get paid when Beachbody feels like it. Okay, like that's just how this works. So you have to take a good, long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, hey, if I'm not where I want to be right now, I need to reassess my life and reassess my business and be like, what have I been doing? And change it up. Tip number 5, face the facts and take ownership of where you are right now and stop playing the victim. And again, I'm a tough love type of coach, but the thing is like you and only you are responsible for your business. And like I said at the beginning of this call, it's not up to your upline to help you find success. At the end of the day, your upline isn't obligated to help you with anything. We're lucky because we have, you know, a lot of us have trainings that we give to you from the like bottom of our heart that we just create. There's nothing in Beachbody compliance, and I've checked with compliance about this actually. There's nothing in our, you know, policies and procedures that even says that we need to support our downline, that we need to provide trainings. We do that because we want to. And at the end of the day, your business is where it is right now because of you. Not because your upline didn't give you the right training. Not because your coaches suck. Because of you. So it's time to take ownership of that. So I want you guys to think about this. What qualities would your dream coach have? So I don't know if you guys can post in the chat, but like what are certain things that if you could pick something from your, like a dream coach, what qualities would they have? For me, like consistency is huge. My dream coach would be, hardworking is a great one. They believe in themselves. They'd be a student of the business, self-driven, determined, disciplined, personal growth plan, teachable, consistency. Yeah. So all of these that's what we would want in our team. That's what I would be looking for. Like all those things you guys said, I would be looking for in a coach. Now, next question is, what would you want them to do every single day? So what are things that you would want that person to do every day, that consistent coach, that personal growth plan coach. Like, what is that person doing every single day? For me, that's their Success Club tracker. They're working out, adding value on social, personal development, believing in themselves, inviting. Now you have to ask yourself, y'all, like, are you that coach? Can you honestly say that you're doing and if you are, great, that's amazing. But are you that coach? And what I encourage you to do is like write that down, write those questions down and really dive into it further. Are you the coach that you would want in your downline? When you wake up, when you go to bed and lay your head on your bed, on your dream coach, and that might be a tough realization for some of you. There's two types of coaches in this business. The first one is the busy coach, and the busy coach is the one that's not getting momentum. They're at a standstill and they're always doing a lot of new things. And I hear this all the time. And if you guys know, I'm hoping that you guys all know who John Maxwell is, but he is the leadership guru of all time. And I'm obsessed with him. He's basically molded me into the leader that I am. And there's a chapter in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and it is called the Law of Lynn. And the Law of Lynn literally talks about essentially what a busy coach would be. You put a lid on yourself. Whenever you're at a standstill, that means that you have put a lid on yourself. And the thing is like, people think, like, they wonder why they're not getting momentum. They wonder why they're at a standstill. It's because they've not allowed themselves to grow to that next step. And when I say doing a lot of new things, busy coaches are the kind of coaches that are the ones that'll go out and be like, well, this didn't work after a week, so I'm going to try something else. Or I'm going to purchase this challenge group template. Or I'm going to move my recognition stuff over from PicMonkey to Canva. Or I'm going to try this differently. They're just always trying all the new things. And then there's the productive coach, the coach that sets timers. They're specific with time. They do the vitals. You don't want to be the busy coach. You don't want to be the coach that's constantly following up, like wondering where all the time in their day has gone, who doesn't prioritize, who is scrolling social media. You want to be the person that's intentional. This business is not meant for you to work all day long. It's not. You have to be, like, the thing is, and I've learned this even more now that I'm getting ready for my daughter to be here, like, I need to be productive as hell with my time. And I've been practicing that before she's even on this planet, because I don't want to miss my life, but I want to grow a 7-figure business. So that productive coach is the one that's going to do all the things they need to do, but they're productive with their time. And guys, you know this. I don't need to sit here and talk about this. We have 4 vital behaviors. Be proof the products work. Read personal development. I should put and implement after it. Inviting and recognizing. You can do this every single day. You can build a business. But the reason people don't do it, and even as seamless and easy as this looks, people aren't doing it. Because if they were doing it, we would have so many more elite, successful coaches in this network making 6+ figures in the business. But the problem is that people overthink inviting. Inviting specifically. Guys, and you don't have to, like, it's so damn simple to invite people. And I know what you guys are thinking, like, oh, it's scary. It's not. It just needs to become a part of your everyday actions. One, like, you can invite in your posts. You don't have to do it every day. I encourage you not to do it every day. But invite in your post. Like, invite them into your boot camps, invite them into coach sneak peeks, invite them to talk to you, invite from your posts. When people engage on your stuff, like, start conversations with them. Instagram and stories. Instagram stories has changed the game. I mean, it's been around for a while now, but it's literally changed the game on how we can talk to people. Creating your list of 300. So my brand new coaches, when we start, they all create a list of 300 people. I have them go into their Instagram, write down names from their Instagram followers. I have them go into their Facebook, write down Facebook friends, And I have them pull out their cell phones, go into their contact list, and write those names down too. And we do the rip off the Band-Aid approach on our team. I'm stern about it. I'm like, I will sit there on the phone with them as they send their first 10 invites, because I want them to just get it over with. And the thing is like, inviting is just like anything else. It's just like a workout. Think about it. The first time that you did your first program, you were sore as hell. It sucked. You didn't want to do it. You were out of breath. Every single part of it sucked. You didn't want to show up the next day. Inviting is the same situation. You probably sounded weird. You know, the invite wasn't what you wanted it to say. You're embarrassed. You're scared, all the things. But the longer you do it, you get used to it. And things change. And you start to come into your own. And last but not least, our team has something called the chicken shit list. And that is the people that you're scared to invite. And we have a whole list of people that we don't think would be interested, or that we're scared of, or that we went to high school with and were bullied by, or whatever. And they create this chicken shit list, and they have to start there. Because if you can get the scariest people out of the way, it's really easy to invite a stranger you don't know. So inviting doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It just needs to be done every single day. And practice makes, I won't say perfect, because this changes all the time. I swear to God, the way that I invite changes probably every 2 months. But practice helps you become better at it, obviously. And here's the thing. Here's the thing we need to stop doing. And I want you guys to understand is like, this is what people think it means to be a successful coach. They think that they need to make the pretty graphics. They think that they need to be taking one-on-one calls with coaches who are doing absolutely nothing. They waste time on their blog. They keep changing shit. They keep waiting for the right stuff to come and happen for them. They're focusing on their fears. We need to stop doing all that stuff. And I can continue adding to that list. Social media scrolling, making pretty perfect Instagram videos of our workouts. We don't need to do all that stuff. It's not making us money. Like, it's fun. Yeah. If you know how to do it and you can throw up a really cool workout video in 2 seconds, great. But like, I tell my coaches this all the time. They'll come to me and they'll be like, how do you make your workout videos? And I'm like, that's not something you need to focus on. Just take a clip of yourself and post it. Like, you don't need to focus on how to edit on iMovie right now, because it's not worth the time. And then all my coaches will say, well, I don't have the time to work the business. And then I see them doing shit like this. This isn't even what's going to build it. So we need to stop doing these things and then start doing these things. We need to take action. We need to be inviting. We need to be sharing our journey all the time. We need to be investing in people who want to be here, not wasting our time with people who don't. We need to be spending more time on our challengers. At the end of the day, I hope you guys know, like, your challengers are everything. We are here to get them results. They're going to end up being your best coaches. We need to be reading personal development and growing. Your business will only grow as far as you do. So if you feel like you're stuck, I'd really take a hard look at your personal development journey. We need to be sharing our story and being transparent. We need to be believing in ourselves, connecting with people, sending people messages and getting to know them. We need to be the coach that we want in our downline, because this right here is what's going to actually build a business. And the funny thing about that, y'all, is this is the Success Club tracker. This is it. Show up every day, invite, share my journey, mentor my coaches, mentor my challengers, read personal development, post on social media, right? Connect. All this is the Success Club tracker. We have this laid out for us on a silver platter. So here's how to fix it, guys. We're going to go back to the beginning on why coaches don't show up. Here's how to fix it. 1, you don't feel like you can't help people if you're not where you want to be in your own journey. Well, guess what? The journey is worth more than the destination. Every single day in this business is a chance to share the journey. Every single day. You don't feel like you look the part? Well, look, sister, you look perfect for your part. You don't need to have a 6-pack abs in order to inspire someone. You look perfect for your part. You see other coaches out there and think you have nothing better to offer? There is no other you in this network. With 450,000 coaches, there's only one you. You're different. You have plenty to offer. You've gotten a few no's and now you'll never get a yes. The truth is that there is no end to how many yeses you will get. And when they do come, they're always the right ones. Who cares how many no's you get? Because there's a yes out there. That mountain mode where you see the top, where you want to be from where you are, look at your next step and take it. The end. One step leads to the next. And before you know it, you're staring at the most unreal view. This is about baby steps. And the reason, and you're going to paralyze yourself by staring at the top saying, for everything, 5-star diamond, 2-star diamond, whatever it may be, you're going to focus on one person at a time, one life changed at a time, one step after another. You want every piece of training before you take your first step. The thing is that the best training is by doing, falling flat on your face, and then doing it better next time. There'll be no better training. You'll figure it out on your own. I'm telling you, you will. You feel like it's easier to hide in the shadows than to get started. Well, stepping out in the open will expose you, but that's also going to make you stronger and more resilient. It's going to make you a better leader. Every single time that you hide and keep this opportunity trapped in your mouth, you're depriving somebody of a really incredible gift. And then you're afraid of what people will think of you. The truth is all the science, right? Our brains respond to excitement the same way it does to fear. So get excited. Get excited about inviting. Get excited about personal growth, about speaking on a team call, about going live on your page. Get excited about what people are going to learn from you. And understand that rejection leads to success. Failure leads to learning and success. And all of that's going to lead to more success. So here's what I want to leave you with. It is so easy and comfortable to be good, but there's an opportunity to be great. You have the opportunity, you have the decision, the choice to be a really good coach. You can check your boxes, send it to your upline at the end of the week and say, oh, look what I did. Or you can be great. You can take this and you can run with it. And you can show up every single day, change people's lives, and make a true impact. This year has been, in just 2 months, almost 2 months, has been so transformational for my team and I. Because for the first time in 3.5 years, we took the focus off of the shiny stuff and we went back to what matters. We went back to what we knew at our core was best for our organization. And instead of making this giant, we're going to go superstar goal or we're going to do all this, we said, what if we helped 1,000 women get a transformation this year? And my team was so unbelievably excited about it that I have never seen the amount of consistency that I've seen in the past 2 months, like ever in my business. People showing up every day, sending me trackers every single day. Coaches that have been with me for 4 years have started sending me their trackers again. And it's fun. And we had the opportunity to be good and to walk across that stage and to get recognized for elite. And we are pushing for all those things. I don't want to come across that we're not pushing for rank advance and all this stuff. But it's so much more fun and more fulfilling for us and gives us a purpose to show up every single day knowing that those things are going to happen just because we're focused on a bigger picture. Together as a team. So I'm going to tell you guys, you have the opportunity as a team to be great. All of you together, and you're so much better together. I'll just put that out there too. You're so much better together. And it's so, I've seen it with my team specifically, your coaches and all of you guys will get to a point where, you have our teams of your own. And it's super easy to just start separating and being well, I got this and she's got this. And we start doing things different and then training start changing. We all came back together for this goal and it's our team. And they run calls on my team calls now. And watching my leaders emerge and watching what's happening with our team right now is the coolest thing ever. And we're so much stronger, and it's making, and all of us being on the same page, having the same stuff, having the same resources, the same team, like they have their pages, obviously, because I want them to be leaders. But I'm saying, like, and they run their own like random calls, but like being together makes us so much stronger. In a matter of 2 months, we have over 150 transformations, and the month's not even over. Because we're doing this. Like, we're making this happen for our team. We're making this happen for people. And we're back to our core purpose. It's not just like, oh, we have 150 transformations. 150 people have already been transformed by us. Last year, we were good. This year, we're going to be great. And it's bringing us together. It's bringing us purpose. And I encourage you guys to find that for yourselves, and then find it within yourselves as a team. Because that's when things will change. And every single one of you can make that commitment to showing up, because now you have to lean on each other. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. If you guys have any specific questions, I'm obviously here to answer them, but hopefully that was helpful.
Can you hear me? I'm good. Thank you so much for always showing up and just like, I know you're amazing, and every time you just manage to just like blow me away even more. I know that our team really appreciates hearing from you, and I know that, like I said, this isn't the first time they have, but I know that there's a lot of new people who haven't heard from you yet, and it's just really awesome to see what you have done with your team, you know, especially like you said, going through all of the things that you have gone through and being resilient through it all and showing up really says a lot for your leadership. And I see your girls showing up too, and like I like all of your leaders and your diamonds, and like they really are all pregnant and having babies too, so it's like you're all kind of like doing it together, which is so cute. But yeah, thank you so much for all of this tangible, actionable items. Like, these are things that we can start implementing immediately. These are things that we know we probably should be implementing or should be doing, but it's always nice to be reminded of these things. And I really like what you said about setting goals about your life first and then creating your business goals from that. That's something that I think we forget about a lot of the times, like you said, just kind of getting distracted by the things that Beachbody is promoting. But really, like, this is your business, and this is an opportunity for you to change your life. And people coming into this business don't come to you because they want to be a diamond coach. They come to you because they want to change some aspect of their life. And, you know, getting to those goals is going to change that for them. So just kind of reminding us all about that was really, really great. So thanks for diving into that too.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I think the fun thing about it too is when you do that, like, you naturally will hit those goals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so much easier for me to tell. I feel like I don't know, I felt icky kind of being like, go hit Emerald. And they're like, for what? You know what I mean? But like, it's so easy for me to say, okay, they tell me what they want. And I'm like, cool. Like, you're going to have to hit diamond. We got to get you that highest earning potential. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. And then I tell them how to do it. And then they're excited.
Mm-hmm.
That means something to them, you know? So I think that it's a huge deal, but yeah, I'm glad that helped.
Mm-hmm. And it's not so much like not focusing on those goals. Like, you're obviously not telling them about Emerald and not telling them about Diamond and not telling them about Success Club. You are, but you're telling them as it pertains to them. You know, you're not just like saying that
they write it down on their own. The moment I say it, they'll write it down on their business sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Right after I say it. Because like that's something that they want at that point, and it means something at that
point. Mm-hmm. That's super important. Does anyone have any questions? Mm-hmm. Nothing? I'm just all ready to go fill out your trackers now because you know why you're doing it. All right. Well, I'm not going to take any more of your time since we don't have any questions live right now. But if anyone does think of anything and you want to ask, I will be on her call tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow? Yeah. So if you want to send them over, and I could just send them over to you if they come up with anything, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Sweet. Well, we will see you next week. And thank you again for being here. We appreciate you. Something fun that I want to start doing, though, is doing a little mini like dance boomerang thing at the end of our call so y'all can post it on your stories. So let me get to the point where I can put some music on. If everyone wants to get their phone out and take part in this, I'll stop the